Started. My name is Kristen, and I'm an expressive art alchemist and creativity guide. So the summer solstice, is the longest day of the year. It's when the sun is the strongest, and it follows the themes of growth and nature's at its most abundant, radiance and light, expansion, and I am feeling into all of that right now because I feel like all of a sudden I kind of woke up from hibernation. Usually that happens to me in the springtime, but I wasn't quite there yet. In the spring, I feel like this summer solstice is that fiery energy, that energy of action and expansion, and is really really strong right now. And let's turn down to my table. We've got some oracle cards that I pulled that I'm going to share with you, and then we're going to do a little art journaling together around the summer solstice. Okay, so I have some things I pulled together on my table here to share with you. I've just pulled some of my kind of warm tones, little feather that I've painted. I've got this adorable little abundance jar here. Here I've got some dried flowers from a bouquet that we just recently got rid of, and then I've got some Palo Santo, and I just grabbed this at the last minute because of its cute hot pink colors. I just love pulling things together that may inspire the art that I will create. And then I've got the Summer Solstice Radiance Oracle card from the Earth Magic deck. So I'm going to do a little ritual for a moment here to get us situated. I'm going to light my Palo Santo, just kind of clear my space. I haven't done this in quite a bit, and it's always nice to clear the space that you're going to be working in. The word solstice originates from the Latin word solstitium, which means stationary or stopped. This is because twice during the solar year, the sun appears to rise and set in the same place for several days. It seems to be taking a much needed rest before making the next circuit across the sky. I'm just going to bring up this card. I love the sun on this card. It's so sweet. Look at all, I don't know if you can tell, but there's so many little tiny lines. It almost looks like a sunflower, the way these little lines come out, and then there's a tiny little piece at the end that's bright yellow, and it reminds me of the inside of a flower. So if you are somewhere where you can get comfortable and close your eyes, take a few deep breaths. I'm just going to read the message of this card. One deep breath in, take another deep breath. And bring yourself to the here and the now. Allow the radiance of the sun to inspire your inner radiance to shine forth. Release your concerns about what may happen in the future and focus on appreciating everything you have that is good and right. Allow Father Sun to take away your worries and cares. Do something physically active to stimulate your inner light, dance, or sing. Most importantly, get outdoors. Do not let any negative thoughts or habits stop you. When you are in love with life, you naturally radiate that love. During this part of your cycle, your capacity to love is greatly amplified. And in one of the supreme ironies of life, the more love you give, the more returns to you. It starts by allowing the radiant being that you truly are to be expressed in this world. Smile a little more. Notice the beauty of nature. See the humor in the paradoxes of life. Show your love, especially to those with whom you are closest. Then smile even more and watch how the world around you lights up. You can go ahead and open your eyes if you have them closed. And I just wanted to have that message to get us started before we create today. If you want to let me know in the comments how that landed for you, I'd love to hear. I think the sun and the summer are very kind of bright, positive, expansive times. I'm just going to give you a sneak peek of this mixed media page because it's very kind of summer solstice feeling that I did for the free weekend of Make, Create, Express. So if you sign up for the free weekend, this is the class I'll teach, and then you'll also get access to the 23 other teachers that are in that class, the free lesson, mini lesson that they prepared for it. You'll get that for the free weekend. But isn't that pretty? It kind of matches my scarf that I have around my table right now. I'm just going to turn that over and start with blank page here. You could use watercolor paper, mixed media paper. This is a watercolor sketchbook that I'm using. So working in your art journal, your sketchbook is great too. And I just pulled out a few warm color tones. I've got a pink, a red, an ivory color, and a coral. I'm totally out of orange. I couldn't believe it, of my little craft paint. So I grabbed a bunch of orange in my paint pens to play with. So I've got 2 different color oranges, a red, and then 2 different color yellows, and then also a white. I've got a glue stick here. You could use gesso, Mod Podge. I just grabbed a glue stick. It was close by, super simple. Some water. A couple of colored pencils and a pen. You could have all the colors of the rainbow, but I like to sometimes just grab a few of each to limit myself and see what comes of it. I also have my watercolors here. So this has got the full gamut of all of the colors. And I have a couple of stencils and a few things of different papers and stuff to work with. So one of the things that I am thinking about doing is creating what I'm calling an art book club. I have a ton of fun art books. This is called Bold Expressive Painting. I just grabbed a couple of them right here. Rise Above, Paint Mojo and Intuitive Painting Workshop. And I thought it would be fun if we had like a little club where we got together and I did a video once a month where we looked at a different book each time and we'd pick out a project to do. So I'm going to open up this book. This is Intuitive Painting Workshop by Elena Hennessy. It's really a great, fun book. One of the things that why I wanted to do this is I have all of these books, but not a ton of time to actually play with them. And a lot of times I'll just pick them up and kind of flip through for inspiration, and then I don't really get to work with the book at all in any in-depth kind of way. And I thought, oh, if I did an art book club with friends, we can kind of pick a book and look at it a little more closely and kind of work with it a little more in depth. So I thought that would be fun. I'm thinking about starting it for the next month or two, so stay tuned for that. In this book, she's got a check-in for each of the seasons. So I'm pulling up the summer check-in, and it's got a beautiful little quote here. Summer afternoon, to me, those have always been the two most beautiful words in the English language, by Henry James. Oh, with the glory of carefree summer upon us, let us awaken and come alive in our painting with true abandon. Let intuition reign and the playful spirit of the child artist within come forth to dance. Let wild movement and bright colors and expressive gestures deepen our creative well. So she has a few journaling prompts here, and I liked this last one. What inspires pure joy and happiness within you? How can you express that in painting? And so I wanted to kind of take that idea and think about what inspires pure joy and happiness during the season of summer. So what kind of things come to mind? What are things that bring you joy in the summertime? And just take a moment to write some of those things down. You can do it with pencil or pen. I also have, I wonder how this will write. Yeah, I have this hot pink colored pencil. Maybe I'll write with that. That kind of sounds fun. And that feels like that'll make me happy and joyful. And I want to kind of express that summer joy in this particular piece. So some of the things that come up for me or that I think about when I think of summer are sunflowers. Sunflowers are one of my favorite flowers. You can write on this page, you can write on this page, whatever you feel you want to do. You can write it like in lines, like typical writing, free writing, or you can write all over. You know, this is kind of your permission to play with what feels like you want to do right now. So I'm going to say one of the joys of summer for me are the big, beautiful sunflowers. Some other things that come to mind for me are fireflies. I don't actually really see them here in Arizona, but they are something that I remember from my childhood. And actually, when I was pulling some papers out, I saw this little print of an old painting that I did years and years ago that was based on fireflies. And I don't know that I would have remembered to say that today without seeing this kind of fallen out of the way and into my place. So it's kind of fun when that happens too. And for those little fireflies, I just had little swirls. So I'm just going to add some fun little swirls in here. And I'm going to say summer, fireflies, remind me of little joys of childhood. Maybe I'll add in summers. Now being in the desert, the summer reminds me of heat. I'm hot here during the summer. And I don't get outdoors as much as I'd like because of that. So the summer reminds me of course, the sun and its fire. Things heating up. But also getting fired up in that I'm getting excited and active. It brings me an abundance of energy. And fires me up. The pagan holiday Litha, which is also called Midsummer and Summer Solstice, is the day of inner power and brightness. You know, we're the longest day of the year. So anything that sort of feels light and bright and allows me to tap into my inner power. Okay, I think I've gotten a few things out of my idea of fun summer. And then I think I'll start with some watercolors. I like to begin with them a lot because they kind of just give you a little color wash. And I feel like I'm free to not get too hung up on what I'm doing. Because I know I could go right over it. Let's grab some of these orangey tones. And just intuitively play. grab some yellow. Maybe I want to make some rays on my page. Maybe I'll also make some rays on this side. And if you join me, you're working on your own thing, because I said just kind of come hang out with me and we'll create together. Let me know what you're working on. I have a little bit of pink on here. Let me bring in some pink. Maybe I'll just splatter that down. I'm going to give this a second to dry, and I'm going to pull out some fun pages to play with. So I've got here some cute little stickers. I don't know what I'll use yet, but just kind of pull some things out. I've got an old bit of art paper. Some flowers, and these are some altered pages of magazines, or I can actually grab something on this side. I like how this looks like a sunflower. Hi, Bonnie. I'm glad you made it. I kind of got started a little slowly, so you didn't miss a whole lot yet. And then I have a magazine here. Look at all these fun summer kind of colors. Oh, bees and dragonflies. That's a good summer little buggies. I think I'll pull out that page. I'll pull out this nice page there, and see if there's anything else I want to find here. Here's some more little stickers. These are pretty. I like the warm tones of this particular one. This saying, that's enough emotions for an entire year. It's pretty funny. It's like, okay. Yep, I'm done. That's where we're at halfway through the year. We're done with our emotions. Had enough of you. Okay, so I'm going to take a rag here just to speed up my process a little bit. And kind of smush some of that watercolor around and just get rid of some of that extra water. And now I'm going to take some things. I guess I need some scissors, huh? If I want to cut some things out here. Rosalinda was done a third of the year ago. So you were really ready for this quote. Dragonflies definitely remind me of summer. I love going to the Salt River, and I haven't been there in a while. And there's always blue dragonflies down on the river. You don't have to get so finicky with cutting things out, but I just felt like making that shape. That one's kind of fun. And maybe one more. I like these leaves. I'll cut those out. I do like this little patch of polka dots too. So I'm gonna bring that in here. And look at these sprinkles. Let's do that. It's like sprinkles and ice cream. That's super summery. I liked how this looked like a sunflower to me. I'm kind of unsure about that because it feels a little autumnish. Maybe I should look at what I've got in these little stickers. Cute. I like this little sticker. All right, let's glue a couple of things down. I'm not gonna glue down everything just yet. I think I'll glue this down for sure. And I'm just using a glue stick. You can use gesso, you can use another kind of white glue. Maybe right there. Maybe my first instinct was good. So we're just going to intuitively place these around. Hey, Dawn. I haven't seen you in a while. I haven't seen anybody in a while, it feels like. I haven't done one of these in a while. I was talking about dragonflies down by the river. I'm gonna put this over by this little sun where I talk about sunflowers. Ooh. stay on there. Okay, so now I want to bring in some of my acrylic paint, and I picked up one of these. Kind of felt like being in the mood to do this with some color. Let's try it with this coral first. Just gonna squish down some coral and see how it goes. Peachy! All right, now let's get bolder and add in a little just red. I know, it is flipping hot. That's what I was saying. I'm like, oh, living in the desert, the summer is just hot. So at this stage, I'm just picking up what I feel like playing with and seeing what happens. I have this stencil here. Maybe I will grab a little pink. And a palette knife. And just fill in the stencil a little bit. This is from my Nespresso pods. I have an espresso machine, and they come when the pods come in this little thing here. I was curious how that would actually work. Let's try it over here with a brush. There's one. This is a stencil brush. It's a brush with a flat head on it. Let's see if that will probably work better. It almost reminds me of Hidden Mickeys from Disneyland or Disney World, right? Let's just do one more. When I got started today, I just pulled a few things. I pulled a few stencils, I pulled the brayer, just a couple of colors. So things that just, this way I don't get overwhelmed with too many choices and see kind of how they work. I'm gonna try this ivory color. I feel like I've picked kind of pastel colors to cool myself down a little bit. where do I want to put this stencil? I liked how these looked like rays. I'll just move this over here on top of this. I think it'll go good on top of the red and the pink a little bit. Tuesdays and Thursdays, 1 to 4, open studio. Fun. I'm gonna take this palette knife thing, or you can take an old hotel key card or something like that. And I'm just gonna smush down anywhere where there's like a lot of paint. Let it bleed into one another, and also allow my page to dry a little bit. And I think I might come in with some of my paint pens. And just kind of highlight a sunflower shape of sorts here. Happy summer solstice. I feel like drawing more flowers actually. So I'm just gonna go with that. So I'm gonna continue with this orange for now and just make another flower. Let's grab some yellow. Do some dots. Yellow on pink is so fun. I think so anyway. And since there's some pink over here, let's do some yellow dots over here too. And then I have these cute stickers. Like this little cutie pie here. I don't know how to get these off here. There we go. There's some heavy duty stickers. Maybe I'll take this cutie and just put it right in the center of my sunflower. It's so cute. And then I have this mustardy color, so I might just kind of come in here for the petals a little bit. And now I feel like going back to my craft paint. I have that ivory color still left on here. That might be fun to put on these flowers. I'm not coloring it in totally. Kind of make a little messy petal. Yes, definitely a replay. That's one thing that's nice about these streams is they're always available after. Rosalinda likes what I'm doing. Thanks. I kind of showed up, you know, I showed up with no idea. Except for I knew I was going to do a little mixed media. I've been very mixed media focused lately with just combining the collage and watercolor paint and acrylic paint. I think part of it is I've been a little bit in an organization mode, and so it's kind of good when you are trying to clear stuff out. So I have quite big blobs of paint going on here from the Posca pen, and I think I'm just going to lightly like hold the back of my brush and very lightly go over it and make squiggle lines, almost like writing. You could even write some words if you want to, like maybe I want to write the word joy, and I'm not really writing it, but I'm just sort of using the edge of my to take those blobs and just make some messies. Kind of give it a swirl. You could even pick some up, like if I want to grab some from here and then use that to make some marks on the other side of your page. Now you're using a color that you've already got here, and you're kind of helping that to dry a little faster. Do some fun marks. I even add this in here actually. And then I'm going to pick up my red. This is the darkest color I've got right now over here on my palette. So I'm going to add, let's see if it's dark enough. I might need to pick up a little brown or black for in here. It's fun to just doodle. I probably did a lot of drawing as a kid in the summertime, actually. What if I made like a little flight pattern? Cute. grab a brown because I need something to contrast with all of these lighter colors. And I think brown would be great in the center of my sunflower. And then also do some little dots here. Looks like kind of a black-eyed Susan shape. Hi, Zach. My goodness, I've been on here for so long. So many of you joining me kind of later. Maybe 4:30 is a little early. We're just playing with the ideas of summer. Make some marks. I have a couple of other cute little stickers here that might be sweet to add. These are some heavy duty stickers. They're hard to kind of get off there. Let's do a couple of these little flower faces. Oh, this could be pretty. So this is done using an index card and just doing some gold pastel as a resist and then the brown watercolor on top. I did these a while ago and I just keep them in my little scrap pile. So you could even see like it's just an regular index card. There are the lines there. I could rip that up a little. I like that side too. And add these somewhere. Let's see where we might want to put them. I like that skinnier one there. And maybe that one over here. Let's go ahead and glue that down. I like how that now brought in some of the brown that I brought in on the flowers. Ooh, I'm kind of sad not to be using this side. That's quite a fun summer color too, if I was going for more beachy, vibes for the summer. Oh, I put my little rainbows upside down. Not that it matters, but I thought of them going that way. I might have to introduce this turquoise and gold somewhere. It does have some turquoise in here in my little sprinkles. So maybe right there is good. And now I'm thinking of like beach vibes, those turquoise waters, and I always love wearing gold accessories in the summertime. I just find them to be so pretty. Maybe I'll put this one. Do I want to strip it? Oh, it got smudged with a little bit of yellow, and I like that happy accident, so I'm just gonna leave that. A few other cutouts. This is kind of fun, even though I've got plenty of yellow around. I like the bright white background of it. And I'll put that little piece up there, and then I've got another little piece that has some turquoise on it. Might be cute right there. I'm feeling kind of done painting. I have this color green in a paint pen. Which would be fun to bring in. And maybe, what did we talk about in the beginning? What did we talk about? We talked about expansion and light. I'm just trying to think of some words I might want to bring back into my painting here. Let the radiance of the sun inspire your inner radiance to shine forth. Let's see. Watch how the world around you lights up. I like the inner radiance part. I have the little word power that kind of got stuck there that I didn't end up covering up, which is fine because I like not covering everything up. I covered up a lot of it. Maybe I'll say, let your inner radiance shine. I have to kind of get some of this ink out of here. Which is always a fun way to do polka dots when you need to get ink coming out of your your Posca pen. That's better. Let your inner I must have used this color a lot. No surprise there. And then shine. Let your inner radiance shine. I like that. And I'm gonna take my palette knife and just smush around a little bit of this turquoise over here. Maybe add some dots, some little, not dots, some lines up here. And also smush a little ooh. Use the pointy side and make a little etching on that side. That's fun. It's hard to see that, but I'll pull it up here. You can see a little bit of that green. And then I just need a little bit over here. Make sure to fix my words a little. What a fun, intuitive page. I was not expecting it to go this way when I started. I'm gonna bring some yellow in here. And I was thinking of just making some little shiny rays around the word shine. And I'm always, especially in the beginning, right? I was very timid, and you know, the internal thing going on in my head was like, oh, what is that? Oh, that color didn't work. That wasn't too much of a contrast. But all that to say, you just never know where you're gonna end up. I'm gonna make those little swirls right here for little fireflies. So if you're getting those voices, if you're getting those messages while you're creating that says, oh gosh, I'm making a mess. Why am I doing this? I don't know what's going on. just keep going. Just keep going. Because I feel like the more you keep going, the more some happy accidents start to happen, and then you start to make some connections, and then also you quiet your brain because you start to feel like, you know what, I made a mess and I didn't love those two colors next to each other, but that's okay. I'm going to keep going. And after a little while, your brain, your logical brain just sort of goes, "Ugh, I give up." And it turns itself off, and it allows your intuitive brain to kick in and be like, okay, good, now we can have some fun. Now that my logical brain has just quieted down, now we can have some fun. And yeah, so all that to say, don't let those thoughts or those ideas of it's not going well stop you. Just keep going. And if you really keep going and you really aren't happy with what you're doing, you just turn the page, and then you can start again and do something else. But at least you got the initial funk out, and you got your creativity moving and growing. So yeah, I think I'm going to take my white and just kind of go around here, because I see my little paint splatter made it hard to see that dragonfly. So I'll just take a little white and outline it again so you could see it. And I might just add some little white details, because the white will really pop up the contrast, won't it? I'll take a picture of this and post it in the Discover Your Creative Magic Facebook group. If you're not in the group, come join me over there. I share a lot of things to that group that's going on in my creative life, and I'm doing lives every season. So I did the spring equinox, this is the summer solstice, and then I'll do the fall equinox and the winter solstice. So those will be all my lives. And then I'm always sharing things that I post in the YouTube channel or other lives that I do. I always share everything into that group. So go ahead and and join me over there at Discover Your Creative Magic. It's a free group. And then if you want some more monthly inspiration, join me in the Create More community. I have the link in the comments of this video. That's someplace where we're getting together monthly, and we've got a tutorial every month, a creative chat every month, as well as 2 pre-recorded projects, a creative quickie and a mindful moment, all happening in the Create More community. So I have a link for that. You get your first month free if you're interested. Well, have a wonderful summer solstice. I hope you're having a great day today. I'm hoping to find a little time to move. I didn't do my yoga this morning. Maybe I'll have a little dance party, because the summer solstice is all about singing and dancing and drumming and fire and activity. So yeah. So maybe we'll have a little dance party tonight. If you have one too, let me know. And if you create in your journal, or if you just create in any other way, share it with me in the group, in the Discover Your Creative Magic group, because I love to see what you're all up to. All right, everybody. Thanks so much for joining me today. Love you lots. Stay creative. Until next time. Bye.